Welcome to our final graduation week video installment with No Bones About It Puppy Day School. We have our last teen training week with Baker and Petey, and we've got our sidekick over here, Mr. Mochi. So again, we're kind of trying to, with the bigs, we're trying to get as much as we can out and about. Down. Petey, down. Baker, down. Baker. Sit.
We've got some bikes coming through.
So again, we're out and about, and we are trying to work on attention with really high levels of distraction. You're going to see behind me in a minute, there's a crew of about 40 bikes that are coming through. So concept, again, when we are working in high levels of distraction, like, you know, lawn mowers, a bike parade. So concept is that when we get into higher levels of distraction, more difficult scenarios for the dog, we have to up our rate of reinforcement, which all that means is that we reward more frequently. So think of it, it's sort of like it's a ratio. It's like the higher levels of distraction, higher levels of reinforcement in order to continue to get the same level of response. When the distraction level goes down or level of difficulty goes down, so does the level of reinforcement. So again, I'm sitting here talking. I really wouldn't love for Petey. We got a dog coming, so instead of Petey, touch. So instead of telling him no, don't bark, Petey, touch. Instead of telling him no, don't bark at the dog, Baker, touch. I'm gonna give him Petey. I'm gonna give him something else to do. Petey, touch. Good. Touch. 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 I'm going to ask him for multiple touches. Baker. Touch. So anything your dog is distracted by, Baker. Baker. Touch. Touch. Oh, you got to do a high five? Okay. Good job. So if I see behaviors that I don't love, like barking at another dog, it goes back to that concept of it doesn't work very well to tell a dog not to do something. Give them a different skill to focus on. And I tend to choose something like hand targeting because it's an active behavior. It is, I can redirect the dog's focus away from the distraction versus a more stationary or sedentary behavior like a sit or a down. Yes, you've asked them to do something, but you've also just put them in a space where mentally all they have to do is focus on this other thing. So think about a more active behavior to redirect your dog, like the hand targeting. I'm just laughing because we have our baby puppy who's trying to figure out how he can chew. He's just like, he's in his little crate while we're filming, and he's trying to jailbreak. He's trying to figure out a way that he can eat out of it. Okay, so then again, once we get to a place where we feel pretty comfortable, the levels of distraction aren't so high, we're going to go and we're going to work on some other stuff, like, you know, recall when there's not a lot of dogs around. But the other thing before we get to sort of our practice videos that I just want to discuss is, you know, where do you go from, like, what are you going to do from here? It's always a kind of bittersweet moment when these guys graduate, and I really encourage you guys to continue down your training path through at least through adolescence, which could be a year and a half or 2 years. And you know, that doesn't mean you have to be doing some active training all the time, but it does mean that you want to continue, maybe take a class here and there, to keep you on track so you're practicing your skills with your dog on a regular basis. And doing classes can help because it holds you accountable. Maybe you meet with a trainer once a month who does off-site lessons, and you know, focus on particular skills. I just think that's it's a really important thing to keep in mind. This is not we're finished with puppy school, we're done with our training. Not even close. This is meant to be a foundation for building upon as this dog gets older and into adolescence and adulthood. So I'm always happy to try to give you recommendations down the road if you need them. And I think these guys have done a fantastic job. But again, think of this as we're just finishing sort of elementary school. We're just getting into middle school. Things are going to get... Come here, touch. All right, so we've got a lot of things happening right now. Mochi, touch. Yes, good. Touch. So we've got a lot of things. We've got dogs walking by. What happened a minute ago? Hey, excuse me. Touch. Touch. Lots of things that are causing a little bit of just concern, especially on Baker's part. There is a gentleman walking with a woman, and he's got walking sticks, and they're walking really slow, and Baker touch. And it was very concerning to Baker. So he really started reacting, barking, not aggressively, but like he was concerned. So, good job, Mochi. So, if I didn't have, I mean, I'm multitasking here. I'm trying to film a video. I've got 3 puppies. It's not an ideal, it's not, oh goody, and now we have a dog walker with like 7 dogs coming by. But this is cool because it's giving you an idea of like the challenges that you're up against. But with you, it's 1 dog, 1 human, and you can focus all your attention on here. So let's talk about what I would have done. In an ideal scenario, I would have brought Baker as far away as I needed to from the distraction, the guy walking with his walking sticks, and until he could really focus on me and do the hand targeting. And or sometimes we just do a treat scatter where I throw a bunch of treats on the ground, whoa, and I get the dog to go try to find all the treats that I scattered. That can be an okay scenario. Baker, yes. Now it's really funny because there's literally a pack of dog walker dogs walking by, and neither of these guys are really all that fazed by it. So it's just interesting to see the things that they, hi, do you want to come up here? Boop. So I think the takeaway here is go into different scenarios with strategies that you're going to employ. If you go back to your puppy handbook, there are pages that talk about going out and about, going to a cafe, having friends over for dinner. There are real life scenarios that walk you through being set up properly. What is that going to look like? What are you going to do when you walk by the dogs? What are you going to do when your dog starts reacting to something? Because we don't want to build on those negative behaviors. So those are all things you're going to want to think about as you're moving forward and you start to bring your puppy into more and more difficult distractions and more situations that they are new to them. So good job. We'll do a few training clips added onto this, but congratulations on finishing your puppy school, and I'm very proud of our 2 bigs, Baker and Petey. All right, we'll talk soon.